Come now and rest. There is a garden waiting for you tonight, a place where time moves differently, where the air itself seems to breathe peace. You need not follow every word. You need not remember. This story asks nothing of you but your breath, your warmth, your willingness to let the day fall away like a coat you no longer need. Let the weight of the day slip from your shoulders. Let the thoughts that have been circling through your mind settle like leaves falling to still water. Let your body sink deeper into whatever holds you, trusting completely, releasing completely. There is nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to prove, nothing you need to accomplish. Tonight, you are free. This garden exists in the quiet space between waking and dreaming. It has been tended for centuries by hands that understood the language of stone and water, of moss and moonlight. Every element has been placed with intention, with care, with the understanding that beauty can heal, that stillness can teach, that peace can be cultivated like a flower, growing slowly, blooming in its own time. You do not need to walk to enter this garden. Simply let yourself be there. Let the story carry you, the way water carries a fallen petal, gently, without effort, without resistance. Let yourself float on these words, the way clouds float across an evening sky, slowly dissolving, slowly becoming transparent, slowly fading into the deep blue that comes before night. Breathe slowly now, in through the nose, filling the lungs completely, feeling the chest expand, feeling life entering. Hold for just a moment at the top of the breath, suspended, still. Then release slowly through the mouth, letting everything go, feeling the body settle, feeling peace deepen with each exhalation. Again, in, hold, out, in, hold, out. Let this rhythm become natural, effortless, like the rhythm of waves on a distant shore, like the rhythm of sleep itself. The garden waits for you in the gentlest hours, when the sun has set, but darkness has not yet fully fallen. When the sky holds that luminous quality of deep twilight, neither day nor night, but something in between, something softer than both. This is the hour when gardens reveal their secrets, when the everyday world steps back and something older, something truer becomes visible. You stand now at the entrance to the garden. There is a gate here, simple and beautiful, made of weathered wood and bamboo, darkened by rain and sun and the patient passage of years. The gate is not locked. It has never been locked. It has always been waiting for you, for this moment, for this breath. You place your hand on the smooth wood, feeling its solidity, feeling the grain beneath your palm, and the gate swings open silently, inviting you in. The path before you is made of smooth stones, each one carefully chosen, carefully placed. They are dark gray, almost black, and they gleam faintly in the twilight as if they hold some inner light, as if they remember the sun that warmed them during the day and are releasing that warmth now, slowly, generously. The stones fit together perfectly, with spaces between them filled with fine gravel that makes a soft sound beneath your feet as you walk. A whisper, a gentle greeting. You step through the gate and onto the path, and the world outside the garden begins to fade. The sounds of the day, the concerns that seemed so important just moments ago, the endless list of things to do and people to be, all of it grows distant, muffled, as if wrapped in soft cloth, as if placed gently in a drawer and closed away. Here, in this garden, there is only this moment, only this breath, only this step, and the next, and the next. The air in the garden is different from the air outside. It is cooler, fresher, carrying the scent of water and earth, of green growing things, and stone warmed by sun, and now cooling in the evening air. There is a fragrance of flowers, too, subtle and sweet, not overwhelming, but present, like a gentle hand on your shoulder, like a quiet voice saying, "You are welcome here. You are safe. All is well." On either side of the path, the garden unfolds in layers of green and gray, of shadow and soft light. There are low plants hugging the ground, their leaves rounded and peaceful. There are shrubs shaped with care, their forms suggesting clouds, suggesting distant mountains, suggesting the gentle curves of the earth itself. Everything here has been pruned, shaped, tended with the understanding that less is more, that space itself is beautiful, that emptiness is not absence, but presence of a different kind. You walk slowly along the stone path, and with each step you feel yourself settling more deeply into this moment, into this place. The rhythm of walking becomes a meditation, a prayer without words. Left foot, right foot. Breathe in, breathe out. The body knows this rhythm. The body has always known it. It is the rhythm of pilgrims walking sacred paths, of monks circumambulating temples, of anyone who has ever walked slowly enough to notice that walking itself can be a form of peace, a doorway to stillness. The path curves gently to the left, and as you round the curve, you see it, a pond perfectly still, its surface like dark glass reflecting the sky. The pond is not large, perhaps 20 paces across, but it feels infinite in its stillness, in its depth, in the way it holds the last light of day on its surface like a precious gift, like something sacred. You approach the edge of the pond and stop, simply looking, simply breathing, simply being present with this water, this mirror, this teacher of stillness. The surface is so calm that you can see every detail of the sky reflected in it. Every gradation of color from deep blue overhead to pale amber near the horizon. There are no ripples, no disturbance, just perfect, absolute stillness. And then you notice there are fish in the pond, koi moving slowly beneath the surface, their bodies long and graceful, their colors muted in the twilight but still visible, flashes of white and orange and gold, of deep red and pale cream. They swim with a stillness that seems impossible, gliding through the water as if swimming and not swimming were the same thing, as if movement and rest could exist together, could be one thing. You watch the koi, and watching them, you feel your own mind beginning to slow, to settle, to become more like the water, more like the fish moving through it, peaceful and purposeful, going nowhere and arriving constantly, always home, always exactly where they need to be. One of the koi rises to the surface, its mouth breaking the water in a small circle of ripples. The ripples spread out across the pond, perfect concentric circles expanding slowly, reaching toward the edges. And you watch them spread, watch them grow, watch them eventually fade. Watch the surface return to stillness, as if nothing had happened, as if all disturbance is temporary, as if peace is the natural state to which everything returns. There is a stone lantern standing at the edge of the pond, its form simple and beautiful, weathered by time, covered in pale green lichen and dark moss. The lantern is not lit yet, but you can see where the light will shine when darkness comes, through the carved openings in its stone walls, casting gentle patterns on the water, on the surrounding plants, on the stones of the path. Beside the lantern, there is a stone basin, low and round, filled with clear water. A bamboo ladle rests across its rim, placed there for anyone who might wish to purify themselves, to wash away the dust of the world, to prepare for deeper entry into the garden's peace. You lift the ladle and pour water over your hands, feeling its coolness, its clarity, watching it catch the last light as it falls, sparkling, returning to the basin, returning to stillness. The simple act of washing feels significant, feels like a ritual, feels like a way of saying, I am ready now. I am here now. I release what I was carrying. I open myself to what this place offers. You set the ladle down gently and continue along the path. It leads around the pond, close to the water's edge. And as you walk, you can see your own reflection in the still surface, dim and ghost-like, walking beside you. A shadow self, a dream self,
reminding you that you exist in many realms at once, in the waking world and the dreaming world, in the world of doing and the world of being.
The path leads you past the pond and toward a small bridge, arched and graceful, painted deep red that has faded over time to a softer, more muted tone, the color of rust, of autumn leaves, of earth. The bridge spans a narrow stream that feeds the pond, water flowing so slowly it barely seems to move, making the quietest sound, a whisper, a breath, a meditation on the nature of flow itself. You step onto the bridge and pause at its highest point, standing in the center, looking down at the water moving beneath you. The stream is shallow enough to see the bottom, to see the smooth stones that line it, gray and brown and speckled, polished by water, by time, by the patient work of erosion that shapes all things, slowly, gently, inevitably. There is a teaching in this stream, in the way it moves without seeming to move, in the way it flows without hurry, without destination, simply following the path of least resistance, always going down, always seeking the lowest place, and in seeking the lowest place, finding the path to everywhere, reaching everything, touching all. Water does not push. Water does not force. Water simply flows, and in flowing, it shapes mountains, carves canyons, creates valleys, gives life to all things. There is power in this gentleness, strength in this yielding, wisdom in this patience that the waking mind often forgets, but the sleeping mind remembers, the dreaming mind knows. You stand on the bridge, breathing slowly, feeling the coolness rising from the water, feeling the last warmth of day fading from the air, feeling the gentle approach of night like a friend, like a welcome guest, like someone who has something precious to give. The sky is darker now, the blue deeper, the first bright stars beginning to appear, and you feel yourself being drawn into that darkness, into that depth, into that vast, peaceful space that holds all things. The bridge leads to the other side of the stream, and the path continues into a different section of the garden. Here the plants are denser, the shadows deeper. Tall bamboo grows on either side of the path, their straight stems rising up and up, their narrow leaves creating a canopy overhead that filters what little light remains, creating a world of soft greens and grays, of gentle shadows and peaceful dimness. The bamboo moves in the breeze, swaying slightly, creating a sound like water, like rain, like wind through a forest of grass. The stems knock against each other occasionally, making a hollow sound, a wooden percussion, a music that belongs to this place, to this moment, to this perfect meeting of wind and plant and the space between. Walking through the bamboo grove feels like entering a sacred space, a temple made not of stone, but of living things, not built, but grown, not designed by human hands, but by the patient intelligence of nature itself, which always knows what is needed, what is beautiful, what serves life. The path here is softer, covered in fallen bamboo leaves that cushion each step, that make walking silent, that allow you to move like a spirit, like a ghost, like someone who exists between worlds, neither fully present nor fully absent, but somewhere in between, in the liminal space where transformation happens, where the old self falls away and the new self has not yet formed,
where there is only openness, only possibility, only the vast potential of the present moment. You walk slowly through the bamboo, and the world outside the garden feels impossibly far away now, as distant as childhood, as distant as dreams you had years ago and have half forgotten, as distant as everything that is not this breath, this step, this moment of complete and perfect presence. The bamboo grove opens onto a clearing where a single tree stands alone. It is a maple, old and beautiful, its trunk thick and gnarled, its branches spreading wide, its leaves beginning to turn with the approach of autumn, showing hints of red and gold among the green, promising transformation, promising change, promising the eternal cycle of letting go and being renewed.
Beneath the maple, there is a stone bench, simple and elegant, worn smooth by those who have sat here before, by rain and wind and the passage of seasons. You sit down on the bench, feeling its coolness through your clothes, feeling its solidity beneath you, feeling grateful for its presence, for this invitation to pause, to rest, to simply be still for a moment in the embrace of this ancient tree. From this vantage point, you can see much of the garden spread out before you. The pond with its still water reflecting the darkening sky. The stone lantern standing patient and silent. The bamboo grove swaying gently in the breeze. The careful arrangement of stones and plants, of shadow and light, of emptiness and fullness. All of it designed to create not just beauty, but peace. Not just aesthetics, but a feeling, an experience, a doorway into a different way of being. Japanese gardens are meant to be walked through slowly, mindfully, with attention to each element, to each transition, to the way one view gives way to another, the way perspective shifts with each step. But they are also meant to be sat in, to be experienced from stillness, to be allowed to reveal themselves slowly to the patient observer, the way a shy animal reveals itself to someone who sits very still, very quiet, very open. You sit beneath the maple and breathe, and with each breath, you feel yourself sinking deeper into stillness, into peace, into the present moment that is all there is, all there has ever been, all there will ever be. The past is only memory, and memory is only thought, and thought is only movement in the mind. The future is only imagination, and imagination is only thought given different direction. But this moment, this breath, this sensation of air on skin, of stone beneath body, of leaves rustling overhead, this is real. This is true. This is the only thing that exists. Above you, the maple's branches spread wide, creating a canopy, a shelter, a blessing. A few leaves fall, spinning slowly through the air, catching what little light remains, glowing golden for a moment before landing on the ground, on your shoulder, on the stone path, beginning their return to earth, to soil, to the cycle that sustains all life. You watch a leaf fall and land beside your foot. It is perfect in its imperfection, its edges slightly curled, its color not uniform but graduated from green to yellow to orange to red. A sunset contained in a single leaf. A whole life contained in a single season. It does not resist falling. It does not cling to the branch. It simply lets go when the time is right, trusting the air to hold it, trusting the earth to receive it, trusting the cycle to continue. There is a lesson here. There is always a lesson in the garden for those who are quiet enough to hear it, patient enough to receive it, open enough to let it change them. The lesson is about letting go, about trusting, about accepting that all things end so that new things can begin, that all things fall so that new things can rise, that loss is not failure but transformation, that death is not ending but transition into a different form of being. You sit and breathe and feel the truth of this settling into your body, not as an idea, but as a felt sense, as a knowing that exists below thought, below language, in the place where the body meets the world, where consciousness touches existence, where being simply is, without needing to be understood. The sky above is almost dark now, the blue so deep it is nearly black, and the stars are bright, scattered across the darkness like seeds scattered across dark earth, each one a point of light, each one a promise, each one shining steadily, reliably, eternally, marking the hours, marking the seasons, marking the slow turning of the cosmos that contains all things, holds all things, is all things. The stone lantern by the pond lights suddenly, softly, its flame appearing as if by magic, as if by some gentle intervention of the garden itself. The light is warm and golden, not bright, but sufficient, enough to see by, enough to guide, enough to remind you that even in darkness there is light, even in night there is warmth, even in solitude there is companionship, if only you know where to look, if only you remember how to see.
You rise from the bench slowly, feeling the stiffness in your body, feeling the weight of gravity, but also feeling lighter somehow, as if sitting beneath the maple has allowed you to release something you were carrying without knowing it. Some burden that was so familiar
You had forgotten it was there until it was gone. You thank the tree silently, wordlessly, with a small bow, acknowledging its presence, its teaching, its gift. The path continues around the clearing and leads toward another section of the garden. As you walk, your footsteps are silent on the stone path, and you notice that you are walking differently now, more slowly, more deliberately, placing each foot with care, with attention, with the understanding that how you walk is how you live, that the quality of your steps is the quality of your days, that everything we do is practice for everything else we do. You come to a small grove of pine trees, their branches gnarled and twisted by wind and time, shaped by decades of patient growth into forms that suggest clouds, that suggest dragons, that suggest the brushstrokes of a master painter creating landscapes with ink on rice paper. The pines are ancient, their bark thick and deeply furrowed, their needles dark green and soft in the gathering darkness. Beneath the pines, the ground is covered in moss, thick and lush, glowing faintly green even in the dimness. The moss is soft, inviting, and you kneel down to touch it, feeling its coolness, its dampness, its gentle yielding beneath your fingers. Moss grows slowly, patiently, in places where other plants cannot survive, in shade and moisture, on stone and wood, creating beauty in the overlooked places, creating life in the forgotten corners, teaching that even the smallest things have value, that even the slowest growth is still growth, that patience is its own reward. The stone path leads through the pine grove, and scattered among the trees are stone lanterns, not yet lit, standing like sentinels, like watchers, like guardians of this peaceful place. Each lantern is different, each one shaped by time and weather into its own unique form. Each one beautiful in its imperfection, in its weathering, in the way moss and lichen have claimed parts of it, making it less separate from the garden and more part of it, less object and more element, less thing and more presence. As you walk past the lanterns, they begin to light one by one, as if sensing your presence, as if welcoming you, as if the garden itself is saying, "I see you, I honor you, I am here with you in this journey through darkness, toward rest, toward peace, toward the deep stillness that waits at the end of all journeys." The light from the lanterns is soft and warm, casting gentle shadows, illuminating patches of moss, highlighting the texture of tree bark, creating a world of light and shadow that feels both real and dreamlike, both solid and insubstantial, both here and somewhere else entirely. The path slopes gently downward now, and you follow it, feeling the grade change, feeling your body adjust, feeling gravity pulling you forward, pulling you down, pulling you toward the lowest place, toward the place where water gathers, toward the place where everything eventually flows. At the bottom of the slope, there is another pond, larger than the first, dark and deep and perfectly still. At the center of this pond, there is a small island, and on the island, there is a single stone, upright and smooth, placed there with intention, with purpose, with the understanding that sometimes one thing, perfectly placed, is enough. That sometimes the most powerful statement is the simplest one. That sometimes silence speaks louder than words. You stand at the edge of the pond and look at the stone on the island, and you understand, without being told, that this stone represents something, means something, though what it means is different for each person who sees it, different for each moment, different depending on what you bring to the seeing, what question you carry, what answer you seek. For you, in this moment, the stone represents stillness. It represents the center that does not move even when everything around it is in motion. It represents the part of you that is always calm, always peaceful, always whole, no matter what storms rage in the mind, what troubles disturb the surface of consciousness. That center is always there, always available, always waiting for you to return to it, to rest in it, to remember that you are not the waves on the surface, but the deep water beneath. Not the clouds passing through the sky, but the sky itself, vast and clear and unchanging.
You walk slowly around the edge of the pond, and with each step, you feel yourself becoming more like the stone on the island, more still, more centered, more present. The chattering of the mind grows quieter. The endless stream of thoughts begins to slow. The distance between thoughts grows longer. And in that space between thoughts, there is peace. There is rest. There is a quiet so profound, it feels like coming home after a long journey, like laying down a burden you have been carrying for years, like finally being allowed to rest. At the far side of the pond, there is a small tea house, simple and beautiful, built in the traditional style with paper walls that glow softly from light within, with a tiled roof that curves gently at the corners, with a wooden platform that extends out over the water, creating a viewing deck, a place to sit and contemplate the pond, the stone, the reflection of stars on still water. The door to the tea house is open, inviting you in. You step up onto the wooden platform and pause to remove your shoes, leaving them neatly by the entrance. A gesture of respect, a way of acknowledging that you are entering a different kind of space, a sacred space. A space set apart from the ordinary world for the purpose of quietness, of ceremony, of being fully present. You enter the tea house and find yourself in a small room, barely large enough for 2 or 3 people, with tatami mats on the floor and a low table at the center. On the table, there is a simple bowl, ceramic, glazed in a soft gray-green that reminds you of moss, of stone, of water at dawn. Steam rises from the bowl, carrying the scent of green tea, earthy and slightly sweet, grounding and calming. You sit on a cushion beside the table, cross-legged, feeling your body settle into this position, feeling your spine straighten naturally, feeling your breath deepen. You lift the bowl with both hands, appreciating its warmth, its weight, its simplicity. You bring it to your lips and sip slowly, tasting the tea, tasting the earth from which it grew, tasting the rain that watered it, tasting the hands that picked it and prepared it and placed it here for you, for this moment. The tea is perfect. Not too hot, not too cool. Not too bitter, not too sweet. Just right, just enough. Just what is needed. Drinking it feels like a meditation, like a prayer, like a way of saying thank you to the world for all that it provides, for all that sustains life, for all that makes this moment possible. Through the paper walls, you can see the shadows of bamboo swaying in the breeze, their forms abstracted, simplified, beautiful in their suggestion rather than their detail. You can hear the wind moving through the garden, gentle and constant, the breath of the earth, the sigh of the world settling into night. You finish the tea and set the bowl down gently, and as you do, you notice a scroll hanging on the wall opposite you. It is a simple painting in black ink on white paper, showing a single circle, imperfect and rough, painted with one brushstroke that begins and ends at the same point, creating a shape that is both complete and incomplete, both closed and open, both something and nothing. This is the Enso, the Zen circle, a symbol of enlightenment, of the universe, of the void and the fullness that are the same thing. It is painted by hand in a single moment of complete presence, without thought, without planning, allowing the brush to move as it will, allowing the circle to form as it needs to form, accepting whatever emerges without judgment, without the desire to control or perfect. Looking at the circle, you feel something shift inside you, some final resistance releasing, some last holding on, letting go. The circle teaches that perfection is not in flawlessness, but in authenticity. That beauty is not in polish, but in presence. That the goal is not to be something other than you are, but to be fully, completely, honestly, what you are in this moment. With all your imperfections, with all your rough edges, with all your humanity. You bow to the scroll, thanking it for its teaching, and you rise from the cushion, feeling lighter, feeling freer, feeling more yourself and less yourself at the same time. More connected to everything and less defined as separate. More present and less concerned with being present. Simply being. Simply here. Simply alive. In this moment that is all moments. This breath that is all breaths. This now that is all time. You step out of the tea house and back onto the wooden platform, feeling the cool night air on your face, feeling the vastness of the sky above you. The stars are brilliant now, countless points of light scattered across the darkness. And you stand for a moment, simply looking up, simply receiving this gift of light that has traveled across unimaginable distances to reach your eyes, to touch your consciousness, to remind you that you are part of something infinitely larger than yourself, something ancient and beautiful and ongoing. The path leads away from the tea house, winding along the edge of the pond, and you follow it slowly, in no hurry, with no destination in mind, simply walking because walking is what the path invites. Because movement through space is also movement through time, through states of consciousness, through the layers of self that we wear like clothes, discarding them one by one until we reach the core, the center, the truth of who we are, beneath all the roles and identities and stories we tell ourselves. The lanterns along the path glow softly, lighting the way without overwhelming the darkness, allowing the night to be night, while providing just enough illumination to walk safely, to see where to place your feet, to notice the beauty that surrounds you. You pass a small waterfall, barely more than a trickle. Water flowing over moss-covered rocks, creating a sound like rain, like wind through leaves, like the quietest music. You pause beside the waterfall and listen. And listening becomes meditation, becomes a way of emptying the mind, of allowing thoughts to flow past like water, without grasping, without holding, simply observing, simply being present with what is. The water flows constantly, endlessly, each moment bringing new water, new molecules, new patterns. And yet the waterfall remains the same, constant in its constancy, unchanging in its change. A paradox that the thinking mind cannot resolve, but the experiencing self understands perfectly, intuitively, without need for explanation. You cup your hands beneath the waterfall and collect some water, bringing it to your face, feeling its coolness, its clarity, its aliveness. You drink, and the water tastes clean and pure, carrying the flavor of stone and moss, of earth and sky, of the journey it has made from source to here, from rain to stream, to this moment of being received, of being consumed, of becoming part of you, of the endless circulation of water through all living things, connecting everything, making everything one. The path continues, and you continue with it, feeling now that you are not walking so much as being walked, not moving through the garden so much as allowing the garden to reveal itself through you, using your eyes to see itself, using your consciousness to know itself, using your presence to complete itself. You come to a grove of cherry trees, bare of blossoms now in this season, their branches stark and beautiful against the night sky, their forms suggesting calligraphy, suggesting the brushstrokes of ancient masters writing poems about impermanence, about beauty that appears and disappears, about the teaching that nothing lasts, and that this very impermanence is what makes beauty precious, what makes moments meaningful, what makes life worth living. In spring, these trees would be covered in blossoms, in clouds of pink and white that fall like snow, that carpet the ground, that float on the pond's surface, creating temporary beauty that exists for just days, just hours, reminding everyone who sees them that beauty is not meant to last forever, that holding on creates suffering, that letting go creates peace. But even now, bare of flowers, the trees are beautiful. Their branches create patterns against the sky, negative space that is as important as the branches themselves. emptiness that defines form, silence that makes music possible, darkness that allows light to be seen. You walk among the cherry trees, and you feel yourself becoming more like them, more patient, more willing to wait, more accepting of seasons, more trusting of cycles, more at peace with the truth that everything appears and disappears, that all things arise and pass away, that this is not sad, but simply true, not tragic, but simply real, not something to resist, but something to accept, to embrace, to celebrate even.
Beyond the cherry grove, the path leads to the highest point in the garden, a small hill where another stone lantern stands, larger than the others, positioned so that its light can be seen from anywhere in the garden. A beacon, a center, a point of reference that orients everything else. You climb the gentle slope, feeling your breath deepen with the effort, feeling your heart beat a little faster, feeling alive in your body, present in your muscles, aware of the simple miracle of movement, of being embodied, of existing in physical form in this physical world. At the top of the hill, there is a flat stone, smooth and wide, perfect for sitting or lying down. You lower yourself onto the stone, feeling its coolness through your clothes, feeling its solidity beneath you, and you lie back, looking up at the sky, at the countless stars that burn and burn across impossible distances, across time itself. Their light reaching you now, though the stars themselves may have died long ago, may exist now only as ghosts, as memories, as light still traveling through the void. From this height, you can see the entire garden spread out below you. The ponds reflecting starlight, the stone lanterns glowing softly, the paths winding through darkness and light, the trees standing silent and patient, the bamboo swaying in the breeze. All of it designed, all of it intentional, all of it created to invite peace, to cultivate stillness, to provide a space where the mind can rest, where the heart can open, where the self can soften and expand and remember what it forgot, remember what it has always known. You breathe slowly, deeply, feeling your chest rise and fall, feeling the stone beneath you, solid and eternal, feeling the sky above you, vast and infinite. And you exist between these two, between earth and heaven, between matter and space, between body and spirit, belonging to both, held by both, part of both. The distinction between inside and outside begins to blur. Are you breathing, or is the universe breathing through you? Are you thinking, or are thoughts simply arising in the space of consciousness that you are? Where do you end and the world begin? Is there a boundary? Or is the boundary itself an illusion? A convenient fiction that allows you to function, but that isn't ultimately real. You lie on the stone and feel yourself dissolving, not disappearing, but expanding, not dying, but becoming more alive, not losing yourself, but finding yourself in everything, in the stone and the stars and the trees and the water and the wind and the darkness and the light and the endless breathing of existence itself. Time loses its meaning. How long have you been here? Minutes? Hours? Lifetimes? It doesn't matter. Time is only a measurement, only a way of organizing experience. And in this moment, experience doesn't need organizing. It simply is. You simply are. Everything simply is, exactly as it is. Perfect and complete and needing nothing, lacking nothing, holding nothing back. Your breathing slows further, becomes shallow and effortless, barely noticeable, like the breathing of someone deep in sleep, deep in meditation, deep in the peace that passes understanding, the peace that exists before thought, before language, before the separation of self from world, before the beginning of anything. In the vast silence from which all sound emerges, and to which all sound returns. You are that silence. You have always been that silence. Everything else, all the noise and movement and drama of life, is just waves on the surface of a deep ocean. Temporary disturbances that arise and pass away, while the depths remain still, remain constant, remain unchanged. The stone lantern at the top of the hill glows beside you, its light warm and steady, and you turn your head slightly to look at it, to see the flame dancing inside, to watch its movement, its aliveness, its constant transformation from one thing to another. Fuel becoming heat, becoming light, becoming the visual sensation in your eyes, becoming the experience in your consciousness. Everything flowing, everything changing, everything becoming something else in an endless dance of transformation. That is what existence is, what life is, what you are.
And then, slowly, gently, you feel yourself beginning to descend from the hill. Though whether you are physically moving or simply allowing your consciousness to settle, to sink, to flow downward like water seeking its level, you cannot say, and do not need to say. You are moving deeper into peace, deeper into rest, deeper into the silence that has been calling you all along, that has been waiting patiently for you to arrive, to surrender, to let go. The garden around you
begins to soften, to become less distinct, less defined. The lanterns glow, but their light seems to come from farther away, from another realm, from the other side of a veil that is growing thicker, more opaque. The stars above fade, not because they stop shining, but because your eyes are closing, because consciousness is withdrawing from the external world and turning inward, moving toward sleep, toward dreams, toward the deep rest that the body needs, that the mind needs, that the soul needs. You are back at the pond now, though you don't remember walking here. The first pond, where you began, where the koi swim in their slow circles, where the stone lantern casts its gentle light on still water. You sit at the edge of the pond, or perhaps you are lying down, or perhaps you are floating, suspended somehow between sitting and lying, between waking and sleeping, between being here and being nowhere, being everywhere, being in the place that has no location, because it is all locations. The place that exists before geography, before space, before the separation of here from there. The koi rise to the surface of the pond, slowly, peacefully, and you watch them, or you are them, or you are the water they swim through, or you are the watching itself, pure awareness, without subject or object, without observer or observed, just awareness, being aware, consciousness, being conscious, existence, existing. The ripples spread across the pond in perfect circles, and you follow them with your eyes, or with something deeper than eyes, following them out and out and out until they reach the edge of the pond and dissolve, returning to stillness, teaching you again the lesson they have been teaching all evening, that all disturbance is temporary, that peace is the ground of being, that everything returns to rest. Your breathing is so slow now, so quiet that you barely notice it. In and out, like the tide, like the rhythm of the universe, breathing itself, creating and dissolving, appearing and disappearing, being and not being, in an endless dance that has no beginning, no end, no meaning except the meaning of the dance itself, which is simply to dance, simply to be, simply to continue. The garden is fading now, dissolving like mist in morning sun, like dreams on waking, except you are not waking, but sleeping, not leaving, but arriving, not ending, but beginning the deeper journey, the inner journey, the journey into the vast, peaceful darkness where all souls rest, where all consciousness returns, where everything that has been separate becomes one again, merged, unified, whole. The last thing you see is the stone lantern's flame, small and bright, burning steadily in the darkness. And then even that fades, and there is only darkness, only peace, only the deep rest that you have earned, that you deserve, that is your birthright, that has been waiting for you all along. The garden holds you. The earth holds you. The universe holds you. You are safe. You are loved. You are home. Rest now. Let go. Sleep. The stone path winds through darkness, but you no longer walk it. The water flows in the pond, but you no longer watch it. The wind moves through the bamboo, but you no longer hear it. You have become the garden. You have become the peace. You have become the stillness at the heart of all things. And in that stillness, you rest deeply, completely, perfectly. Sleep now. Just sleep. All is well. All is peace. All is rest.